Hi folks, welcome back to today's show. Our favorite show here at Buckmasters is our disabled hunt down in Sedgefield with David Sullivan, Jeff Foxworthy, and Jimmy Hinton. Like I said, guys, this is the 11th year. And David, we've come a long way in 11 years. Let's tell the audience out there kind of some of the things we've accomplished as far as Buckmasters Disabled Service Program.
Jackie, it's grown every year. This year we had about 25 hunts serving 150 people. You know, some of those we did directly, some we just helped put together. We're even helping people who just want to do a hunt individually, take one person, we're hooking them up. So, you know, trying to take every opportunity we can to help people. And our Life Hunts program that we started last year has been a great success. We've had many disabled children this year, most of them with cancer that we've taken on hunts and had some terrific things happen.
That's great. We've got some on this hunt this week, right?
We sure do.
Well, that's great. Jeff, let's talk about the T-shirt because we couldn't do it without the T-shirt. We're able to do a lot of things with it.
Well, as David was talking about, a lot of these hunters that we have require specialized equipment, you know, whether it's an attachment to a wheelchair or some of the ground blinds that we need to get them in and out of. And those things cost money. And a few years ago, you and I were talking about it, and you said, you know, why don't we do a Redneck Hunter T-shirt, and we can put it in the magazine, and then we use the proceeds to help pay for some of that stuff. And that's what we did, and we changed the T-shirt every year, and I think this is the third year, and it keeps helping us pay for this stuff.
It does. And folks, that is my material that I came up with, and he's using it in his comedy act. We got to talk.
Well, I want to let you know, when you watch him hunt, you do get a lot of new material.
All right, Jimmy, let's talk again about the landowner, because there's a lot of landowners watching today's show. It's not that hard to do, is it?
It's really easy. We set up some ground blinds. We put a few ramps up. I've got y'all that do so much help with us, and my friends, they come, and it's really not a lot. I hope that more people can get involved. If they need to, you know, call you or call David, and if they want to put on a hunt, it's really easy to do. It's really easy, and it's the most rewarding thing you can do too. I do a lot of hunts every year, and this is without a doubt my funnest hunt. Look forward to it every year.
And you put up a few ramps and ground blinds. That's basically it.
We have somebody here to assist the people if they need assistance. Most of them don't need it. They get out there and go at it themselves. They want to.
Right. I told you he was hurt, didn't I, when I called you on the phone?
You called me and you said Jimmy's going to be hurt for this disabled hunt, and I said, what did he do? Break his jaw? You know, usually he's running his mouth down here, but because of his sling, we're cooking hamburgers.
You've got to cook, and he's guiding.
I'm guiding.
He's your guide this week.
He's my guide. How did I draw black bean?
Can you say see nothing? Well, we're going to have fun, and we've got a lot of new folks we'll get to meet here in just a minute, right?
From all over the country.
All right, well, let's go do that.
All right.
All right, David, looks like we got another great-looking group, don't we?
Great looking and wild.
Wow.
They brought a lot of ammo with them, too.
Hey, these two right here, they've been, Mickey, how long have you been with us?
About 10 years.
10 years. Ronnie, about the same?
Same.
That hat's been here longer than that, though. Man.
Tradition.
It's a smelly tradition.
Have you ever seen what's under that hat?
Keep it on, Mickey.
All right, David, who we got?
Well, right here we got Mickey Roy. Mickey's from Bessemer, Alabama. And next to him is Rudy Wells. And Rudy is from Florida.
Florida. You a Gator fan? All right. You're okay then.
And his little buddy next to him here is Matthew Burkable. And Matthew is from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Got a lot of members of Buckmasters in Pennsylvania.
On the end we have George Bolander. George is from New York.
New
He
York.
helps us out a lot on our internet resources.
Great.
Been a great help us on that.
Super.
Coming up on the back we got Amanda Newberry over here. And Amanda is from Michigan.
You're from Michigan? Y'all just beat Auburn. That's my team. So you might not get a good place to deer hunt.
You beat Auburn. You got a good point.
Here's an Alabama man.
Here's an Alabama
You're in good
fan.
shape.
I've got that taken care of.
Glad to have you, Amanda.
Next we got here is Eli Sikorsky, and he's from Delaware, and he's here on a program called Hunts for Lifetime. And what they do is grant wishes like our Life Hunts program.
Oh, great.
We kind of work hand in hand, and so he came to hunt with his brother. That's what he
Well,
wanted
good.
to do.
Well, we hope your wish comes true this week, Eli.
It has.
All right.
Good.
And again, we have Ronnie Redding. Ronnie's from Tuscaloosa, where I'm from. And this is Roland Cox from New Mexico.
Man, we've got them from all over the country this year. You notice that?
Got the map covered.
We got the map covered. Well, I tell you what, we just hope y'all have a great time. And we look forward to doing this. I told everybody, if I only could do one hunt a year, this would be it. And just to see the new faces and to make new friends, that's what this hunt's all about.
Welcome back, as all the participants of this special event prepare for the hunt. George Bolender from New York, with assistance from his wife, prepares to shoot his gun to make sure everything is working properly. He explains that adaptive equipment is not always available for hunters with special needs, and that it's sometimes necessary for them to build their own.
Well, it picks up, it's a 12-volt operating system, comes up into a sip and puff right here. That's actuated with the, just a little, you take and just puff on that tube a little bit, which actuates the trunk. This is the trunk solenoid off a car. Takes that and just pops her off.
How about that?
That's all there is to it. And I said there's the piece of metal here and the struts. This metal here, the gun itself is mounted on a little bit bigger, so it rides. You know, it takes in the absorbs a lot of the shock.
Young Matthew Berkable of Friedens, Pennsylvania was excited as he made his way to a ground blind that first afternoon with his father. A few does show up early. Matthew and his dad watch patiently from the blind until they spot a deer in the woods beside them. They can see it's a buck. Matthew waits for the right opportunity, and when the buck stops in an opening, he's ready. This is a very exciting moment for Matthew, and what makes it even more special is he gets to share his first buck ever with his dad.
You know, I've been very fortunate in the past to be associated working with handicapped hunters, both back home in DeSoto County, Mississippi, and then down here at Sedgefield, where Buckmasters and the American Deer Foundation put on such a great event for handicapped hunters. You know, 10 months ago, I never would have dreamed that I was going to go from the helper to the handicapped. I lost my arm in an automobile accident. And about the time I got up where I could be getting around and stuff again, it was hunting season. And my buddies decided, you know, it's time for you to get a crossbow. It's time for you to do this and do that. And I've been very fortunate to have the opportunity to come on handicap hunts. And by far, the best one is the one that's put on here by Buckmasters and the ADA, or the ADF, the American Deer Foundation. You know, there's so many things that people could do, hunters, landowners. It doesn't have to be a big event like this. It could just be opening up your land for a handicapped hunter to hunt on. It could be helping organize an event or going with a handicapped hunter to go hunting. Someone that you know that likes to hunt and he's not able to do it any longer by himself. I'm fortunate I'm one of the able handicapped, and there's a lot of guys though that if they don't have the help, they're not going to get the opportunity to pursue what they really enjoy doing.
Not every opportunity turns out the way it's planned, and occasionally it turns out to be an opportunity missed. But for David Sullivan's son Mark, it was a happy moment. And the smile says it all for young Rudy Wells of Jacksonville, Florida, as he shows off his first buck. Eli Sokolowski had been hunting several times in his home state of Delaware, but had never had the opportunity to take a deer. Today he has high expectations as he takes a position overlooking a clover field. A nervous young doe is the first deer to come out of the woods. Eli uses his binoculars and soon spots several more deer as they make their way onto the field. Included in the group is a very good buck. Eli is patient, however, and waits for the deer to work their way a little closer. When the buck moves into position, he's ready. And later that evening, Eli is excited to share his experience with his best friend and hunting companion, his brother Sean.
Roland, this is your first trip here with Buckmasters. What do you think?
Oh, I like it here. I'm having a great time.
Well, good. Let's talk a little bit about your disability.
Now, I was born with spina bifida. I've had over 40 operations since I was born, but I try not to let that slow me down too much. I like to get out there and have fun.
Right.
Whether you get anything on a hunt or not, it's fun to get out there and try anyway.
Well, you've always got a smile on your face, and you know, no is not a word for you.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
You're so positive. Now, Roland, there might be somebody sitting out there today watching today's show that's disabled. What would you tell them?
Well, I just tell them, you know, you can't do anything if you don't get out there and try. Life's too short to let any disability get anybody down for too long, so you might as well just make the best of it and get off the couch and get out here and have some fun.
Well, you've seen a lot of the gadgets this week.
Yes, sir.
That have met a lot of the disabilities, haven't you?
Yes, there's some gadgets here that disable people to hunt that I've never even seen or heard of before. So if they can do it, there's other people out there, maybe they're watching, maybe they have a dream to come do this too. But it can be done.
It can be done. So folks, give us a call at that number right there. We want to help you. And this is just a true example of a person with a disability. He's always got a smile on his face, and no wasn't a word in your vocabulary.
No, or can't isn't a word in my
That's right.
vocabulary either. So.
All right, well, we hope you've had a great trip here. And
I've had a good trip.
And you've been an inspiration to some folks out there.
And thank you guys for having me here.
You're quite welcome.
Roland Cox of New Mexico had only ever read about whitetail hunting, and now here he is experiencing a new adventure as he heads to a ground blind along a clover field. A stiff breeze picks up late in the afternoon, but a few deer still show up along the woodline. Roland suddenly spots a buck directly across from his blind. The buck is cautious, but comes onto the field to feed. Late in the day, a couple of big gobblers show up, giving Roland his first look at a wild turkey. The deer never get close enough for a comfortable shot and eventually leave the field. Late in the week, Roland is set up at another location when he spots movement through the trees. He can see it's a good buck. He gets ready. The buck walks through an opening, then stops right in line with another deer. And when he does, Roland can see he has only one antler. The buck takes one last look back and walks away. Roland glances in the direction the buck had been looking to see another good buck. He wastes no time. Roland could see the buck go down.
Man, this is an exciting moment for me. This is my first whitetail buck ever. We've been putting in lots of hours trying to get this, and it finally paid off.
It's just been a wonderful event here. I'd like to see everybody get more involved in helping the handicapped get out and hunt. And I'm sure that if they contact Buckmasters can give them some ideas and put them in touch with some people who could show them what to do.